Hey everyone, it's Motorized Pariah. Yeah, it's sort of my first recorded video. I've done a few streams, but nothing too exciting. So what's the deal? Why do I have this controller in front of my face? Well, I have a disability, quadriplegic basically. So when I play games, I use my controller with my mouth, and it's an Xbox controller with a joystick. And then everything else I use, I have a touchpad, so anything you see with mouse work. So obviously camera control, stuff like that, I just use with my one finger, and then everything else is voice control. So today I wanted to just show you a few things. I've been I've been playing Dark Souls 3. It's a wickedly tough game in my opinion. I try to get good, but it's pretty tough. I've played Elden Ring. I'm on Game Plus 2. I mean, I might stream that some other time, maybe start a new character, but today I just wanted to demonstrate, some of my voice control. So I use a program called VoiceAttack, and if you just search VoiceAttack online, it's a pretty readily available program. It's free. The developer is really good. Primarily it's designed to just help people play games and use voice commands for macros, but in my case, it's actually quite helpful to actually control the game. So, as you can imagine, without the ability to hold down multiple buttons or use multiple buttons, playing a majority of games would be very difficult, but VoiceAttack actually allows me to do that, and I'm going to demonstrate for you guys today a few macros I've written in my profile. This is not going to be an in-depth tutorial on how to use VoiceAttack. There's lots of great help files, great help videos online. There's a really good community in Discord you can connect with to find out how to use it if you want to use it. But I'm just going to show you some of the things I've done for Dark Souls, and some other games that are similar. Any From Software games. So Elden Ring is where I developed sort of the basis for most of these voice commands, but I modified them when I started playing Dark Souls. So I'm just going to open up. Let you guys see here what the basic window is. So this is just a window that shows what commands. You can see it's registering a bunch of stuff, and it's saying unrecognized. Basically, as I'm talking, it's hearing what I'm saying, but isn't really recognizing anything. Obviously, if I wanted to turn the mic off, I could do that, right? If I was, I suppose I should have done that, but anyway, turn the mic back on. I'm going to open up the profile menu. Might be hard to see. The font is pretty small, but I'm just going to show you some basic stuff that I've done for attacking. So here's a really neat one. Actually, shield up and shield down. So the reason that these are important is, I don't know if you guys have ever played From Software games. Using a shield, you have to use, your one trigger, you hold it down, you hold up the shield. Again, something that would have been impossible for me to do without voice commands. So let's just demonstrate it. Let's go into the game window. So here I am. I'm in, essentially the third area of Dark Souls, but the sacrificial road. But I'm just going to show you. So right now, I've got my double swords. I mean, that's what I've been using so far. I'm going to show you a voice command. So if I want to do just a regular one-handed strike, so I'll say strike. Right? It's just a one-hander. I have a macro for multiple double swings. So I've played around with different numbers of swings. I found that 2 is the best. Sort of gives you good power, but at the same time doesn't handcuff you into this large animation. So you'll see here I'll say attack. Oh. See, that's the thing. You have to say commands on their own. There is a function where you can do voice recognition, sort of that it picks up what you're saying as you go, but the way I have it set up is just to single it out. That way I can talk and not have everything go crazy. So I'll try again. Attack. Alright, so you see there was a double swing. Now, here's an old macro that I made in Elden Ring. And I didn't change the name of it yet, but we're going to do that right now. Don't worry, I'm going to get to the shield macro, I just haven't gotten there yet. So right now I have my magic, I don't know what you want to call it, fire emblem, I guess, in my left hand. So to switch to that, I'm going to say switch left. Switch left. Alright. So now what you want to do essentially is hold your left trigger button. That's what you do in normal gameplay, but for me, since I can't do that, I wrote a macro. It was to actually do a charged magic attack in Elden Ring, but it has the same effect here. And so I'm going to say that, but it's going to deal with some magic fire. And then we're going to go in and I'm going to show you how to rename something. Charged magic. Alright, so you can see that it does sort of a burst of magic. So let's go change that, because charged magic doesn't really make much sense in this game. It made more sense in Elden Ring. So I'm going to leave the game window. Exit. Alright, I'm going to go here. And I'm going to find where it is. It's alphabetical. Here we go. So charge magic. So I'm just going to change it to, let's call it magic. Let's call it burst. Because then I'll know that means sort of like a burst of the magic and not just a single cast. Alright, so you see here, down in the window, right, it actually has the key combo. So it says press down the number 3. So I changed my key binding so that 3 was the left hand. So it says press down 3, pause for 3 seconds, and then release the 3. So you can do a bunch of things here. You can make some changes. I'll show you some different macros, how they work. But that's a pretty straightforward macro, essentially. Holding down a key, holding it down for 3 seconds, and then letting go of it. So we change the name. So we'll go, okay, let's go to apply. And then go back to our game window. Magic burst. Right, so there again, that 3 second thing. Obviously I could change that duration if I wanted to go longer. I haven't really used magic a whole lot in Dark Souls, so I'm not sure like if that would be enough. I tried to attack the Frost Knight just inside the doors here, and I got my ass kicked. Fire. I haven't really leveled up the fire emblem yet, so it wasn't very powerful, and he smoked me, but there he is, just peeking at me, taunting me, waiting to kill me. So let me show you that shield trick. Again, this is like revolutionary for me, because playing Elden Ring, my first time through just regular gameplay, I used to use Dragon Dictate, and you know, Dragon's great. I mean, it's accurate voice commands, but instead of having macros, which really don't work well in gameplay, it was a lot of just, you know, pressing a key. So for example, if I wanted to use my left hand, I'd have to say press 3, right? And then it would only press it the one time, it wouldn't hold it. So it wasn't really good. I couldn't really use it in combination to bring out the shield. But now that I'm able to write some macros that sort of can hold down different keys for different durations. So let's hit our shield. Switch left. Right, so now we have our shield out. So we go shield on. Shield on. Oh, why is it being like this? Shield on. Shield up. Yeah. I used to have it as shield on, shield off, and I forgot that I changed it. to shield up or shield down. So now we have shield up. So now I'm basically blocking with shield. So now when I go strike, right, it's just the one hand, obviously, because they can't do two-handed sword. But at least the shield is up. So now shield down, right? And if I want to go back to my two-handed sword, I simply say two-hand. And now I've got my double swords again. So let's just go take a peek at some of those commands and how I wrote them. Exit. Right, so let's go here and we're going to go to shield up. So it's really pretty simple. Shield up is simply hold down the number 3 key, which is my left hand. And as you can imagine, shield down is releasing the 3 key. So essentially when you in your VoiceAttack menu, you have key presses, mouse movements, adding pauses, and then other commands that you can insert other macros, or you can kill all commands, stuff like that. So if you just look inside the key press, it's not pulling up on the, I don't have a window for it on OBS right now, so unfortunately you can't see it. You'll have to take my word for it. So, yeah, I'd have to go set that up anyway. So basically it gives me options, right? I can just press the key down, or I can keep it held down, or I can release the key, which is what I did here. So there's a few options there. So that's the shield macro again. Without that sort of ability to hold down a key, I wouldn't be able to use shield, because I couldn't, unless I assigned the shield to my one mouse function, then yeah, yes, I could hold down the shield, but then that would take away, obviously dodging is what I have assigned to my one mouse button. For any of you who have played From Software games, you'll know that dodging is like key to success. So let's look at, I wanted to show you the two-hand. Because again, that's something that, right, so two-hand, hold the X key. So it's really weird. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of getting used to the difference between Dark Souls and Elden Ring. Elden Ring, like, key combos were a lot more complex. I remember that to do two-hand in Elden Ring, it was like hold down this, push left on this, like let go of this. It was a few different steps. This one's pretty easy. The X key, which for me is like my crouch key, it brings in the two hands, so it's pretty straightforward. Alright, so let's go, I'll show you some other stuff. Let's just play a little bit and see if something jumps out as being fancy. So, to interact with an object, I usually actually have a macro called interact, but unfortunately, interact and attack sound very similar, and whenever you're writing voice commands, you gotta watch what you call them. I mean, A, it has to be something that can be distinguished pretty easily, and B, you don't want it to sound like something else. So what was happening is, you know, I'd be in the middle of a battle, right, and I'd be saying attack, and it would be like trying to interact with an object, and, well, you can imagine I'd be getting killed quite frequently. So I changed the macro to be something that's kind of funny, but it doesn't sound like anything else. So here we go. Do. So essentially just the word do, and then again do. So yeah, I mean, it's a little silly, but it doesn't sound like anything else. The other thing I can do, I wrote a macro for grabbing objects, so without having to say it twice. So basically pressing the key of interact twice, which was take that. So if that was an item, it would just grab it and then clear the item window. But you can also use it to interact with an object. Alright. Well, shall we? Let's go play a bit. I haven't really gone far in this level. I know there's some asshole birds. Birdmen. So, let's go fight. Let's see what happens. Target. Attack. Attack. you'll see that like the key to voice gaming is like there is going to be a delay, so you really have to anticipate. I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. You watch so many people play games when they have like full use of all their buttons, and they can just go in there and button mash or just sort of get that timing right when they need it. With voice commands, there is a bit of a delay, and it is something you need to get used to. It's not always easy, and sometimes it makes me want to pull my hair out, but it's better than nothing, right? So let's keep going. I don't want to jump down there. Where's the road? Nothing back here, I don't think. Yeah, until we started. Alright, so let's walk down the road. And there we go. So, that's how awesome I am. That I would just, what hair do you have to pull out? Well, I don't have much hair, I guess, but whatever hair I have, I'd pull it out. Alright, well that sucks because I had quite a few ruins down the road, and I just lost them by being an idiot and walking off the edge, so. Alright, let's go again. So I'll show you the macro. Take that. It's just quicker than doing the other one. Target. Attack. Attack. Alright. Let's see if I understand basic game mechanics and not walk off the edge. I think I got everything there. I think I'm just going to the right here. I gotta kill that fucker there. Target. Attack. Attack. Target. Target. Attack. 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 So you see the benefit of doing 2 strikes is that you sort of have that second one, so especially with voice commands, because you might not have the timing perfect. So if you do miss it, you want to have like that sort of secondary attack, right? So that was a great example. The first one missed, but the second one followed, and I took care of it. Take that. So you see how it takes the item and clears the item window in one command instead of doubling up. So
we can't see the entire screen. It's like that's blocking out half of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, my assistant, aka my daughter, just informed me that you can't see the whole screen here. That's all right. I was showing you some commands. It's not really a gameplay video. I was just showing you some tricks. But let's get rid of that and we'll do a little gameplay. Exit. Alright, so I'll just switch screens here. There we go. Now you can just see me in all my glory of my game. So here's one for healing. Potion. So essentially that macro is just going to do whatever items in the window. It does get a little tricky because if you're off of that and you're on, like, say, arrows or fire bombs, and you say that word, it's going to throw the item that's in the item window. So it's a little annoying, but, you just gotta get used to it. Alright, I know there's something down there. Target. Attack. Target. Attack. Target. Target. Attack. Person. Yeah, that was tricky. Freaking birds. If you don't get hit, if you don't get them before they turn to birds, they're really hard. And the problem with that guy with the purple mist is he turns them into birds right away. So, yeah, that was clearly not a good approach. Anyway, yeah, I mean, this isn't really going to be a full gameplay video. I really just wanted to get you guys introduced to who I am, Motorized Pariah, and, you know, a little bit about, you know, the system that I use, VoiceAttack. So obviously, you know, as I play through, you're going to hear a lot of macros that I use, and if there's anything fancy, then I'll be sure to exit and show you guys what I did. Other than that, you know, it's great seeing everyone today, and yeah, subscribe to the page, and we'll see you later. All right, bye. Exit.